Hi guys, and welcome to another video. My name's Destiny. We usually do book things here, but tonight we're going to close down my bedroom and get myself ready for bed. I wouldn't call this a night routine. I'm not taking you through a typical night routine. This is just what I need to get done this night. It is Usually it's me cleaning up the kitchen and then coming in, turning my bed on because right now it's cold everywhere. So I turn on my heated blanket. I get myself a little snacky snack right now. Well, this video, my snack's going to be a brown butter chocolate chip cookie that I absolutely have fell in love with. And then I start to update my book journal. But what you're watching me do right now is put all the laundry away. I've been doing laundry all weekend long. They fumigated our apartment on Friday. I had asked them to because I wanted to get rid of pests, but I didn't know when they were going to do it, and I left all my laundry sitting out. And according to the little fumigation bottle things I had to pick up, it said that any cloth sitting out you needed to wash. That means all my laundry had to be redone, and there was like 6 loads. So I had been doing laundry for about 8 hours. I finally got it done. If you see this video zoom in, I'm sorry. I must remember to take my watch off while I'm filming because every time I don't, that's what you get. You get the zoom in weirdness. Here I am with my little snacky snack and I'm about to crawl in bed. Honestly, these brown butter chocolate chip cookies, if you've never had them, highly recommend giving them a try. It does take a little while for the butter to brown. I think I usually put mine on real low, walk away and forget it. And the last time I timed it, it took it almost an hour to brown, but that way at least I know I'm not going to burn it because I almost burned it the last time I made them because I turned it up too high trying to rush, and it's not a rushing kind of cookie. And then I also let them chill in the fridge at least a couple hours before I bake them. But my coworkers are obsessed. My bae is obsessed. The little one is obsessed. They all are asking for them. One of my coworkers actually today was just super excited because I brought her cookies. So yeah, now what I'm doing is I'm adding photos from last weekend into my journal. I hadn't had a chance to add them, and so now I am. And then you're also going to watch me. I'm going to flip to the beginning and add a photo there too because I left the inside cover of my bullet journal blank so that I could add photos to it as I pleased. And it's the first one I'm adding. I'm very happy that it's there. And then I realized that I didn't have enough space for any more photos, so I just stuck them in the binding of my bullet journal and told myself that when I got a chance I come back to it and add them again. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. I went in everything, and the last time I said some profound stuff toward the end, and now it's all gone. So I will say this: if you're doing a job where you work with the public and you're doing some kind of helping, be it a nurse, be it a social worker, be it a counselor, anything like that, where you are helping people get back on their feet and you're watching them gain that independence and freedom back, let me tell you, if you lose that spark for it, if you feel like you no longer are helping, just walk away. I personally have been so stressed out that I've started dreaming about work, and the first dream I had, I was shackled to my desk and could not move. It scared the living mess out of me. And then today, the same day this video goes live, I dreamed last night that I worked all day. I can tell you exactly what customer I worked on, what note I put in, what was said, what was done, what they responded with. Like every detail of my day, I could tell you. I didn't work yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. I did laundry. I filmed this video. Genuinely, I feel like this video was filmed the day before. It is like being hooked up to the matrix and having a day downloaded to my brain that did not exist, that did not happen for anybody else. I genuinely went into work today thinking it was Tuesday. So much so that I ran the eligibility for the wrong county because I believed it was Tuesday and I had already done the eligibility for Monday and sent it off. So, just to say that I feel like I don't have time to help anyone anymore. I got into this job because I genuinely wanted to help people get back on their feet, and I have done that. I have given people an opportunity they thought they would never have. I have helped them reach goals and big pie in the sky dreams for them they thought they would never get the chance to do. I helped with that. I connected them to the right resources. I got all the budgeting done for them and submitted it and got it approved for them. I have done that, and I don't feel like I'm doing that anymore. I don't feel like I can do that anymore. So yeah, I started this YouTube channel with the same prospect and the same thought process. I wanted to help somebody else because my love for books and the way I love to read and the way I love to experience other worlds and to be in somebody else's shoes is not something that I felt was shared in my childhood. I don't feel like I had anybody to talk to about it. I didn't make any good friends who read the way I did. And so I can say actually I still kind of feel that way. I don't have any real good friends who love books the way I do. So I started this channel so that somebody else felt a little less alone. That 20-something-year-old girl in a little bitty town felt like she was making a difference and that she mattered and that somebody else could hear the words that she said about these little books she read that she loved, or that they could see something she created with her own hands that she found beautiful. I wanted a way to connect, and I feel like even though this channel is tiny in comparison, I've done that. I've connected, and I feel like I've helped somebody. I mean, my best friend tells me all the time that I'm the reason she started reading again. But I genuinely have helped somebody, and that's what I want to continue doing. I fill out my bullet journal for my own peace of mind, but I film it for you guys because I want somebody to see what they can do with their own two hands. Whether you're artistic or not, you can create something beautiful, straight up. And if you don't have time, I understand that completely. They make pre-printed bullet journals. And if you're my mother, I make it for you. For the last 2 years, I've actually made my mother a bullet journal, and did it for her and did all the setup and everything. It was her Christmas gift this year, actually. So yeah, I film all this for you guys, not because of fame or because I want recognition, but just because I want to connect. I want to show somebody what they really can do. And I guess that spark was lit into me this past weekend. I took my daughter to the park, and Ollie loves the park. We happened to run into a little girl who happens to be in her class, and she had a journal with her, which made me smile. She come up showing it to me, and she was like, yeah, it's my mom's, but she lets me borrow it, blah, 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 blah. And she was just so excited about this pen and paper that she was carrying around with her. And I had my pencil bag with me, which had washi tape in it. I don't go anywhere without washi tape. And so I said, do you want a piece of tape? Yeah, please. And then she came over and sat down with me for a minute and got to see all my pens. She asked, could she borrow one? I said, of course. So she got to try all my pens out, and I ended up giving her one of my pens. And her dad looked at her and said, are you going to go play some more? She looked up, she said, no, I'm going to stay right here and hang out with Ollie's mom. And it just made me smile. Her dad thanked me, and I was like, if I can inspire somebody, if I can like grow her love of her journal, why not? I was the weird little kid that wanted to carry a journal around with me or wanted to take a book everywhere I went. I understand being the weird one. I think that there's nothing wrong with that. That you should be weird. And if it brings her peace, that's all that matters. And I even showed her my book, and I pulled it out. I said, "You know what else I don't go anywhere else without?" Because I showed her my journal. I told her I don't go anywhere without my journal. Our whole lives is in this journal. I smiled at her. I said, "I don't go anywhere without a book. Because if you always have a book with you, you always have a friend with you." And she smiled. She goes, "I don't like to read." I said, "Reading can take you anywhere. You should give it a try." She's like, "Yeah, my mom reads to me." I said, "Yeah, I read to Ollie." And she's like, I said, "But pretty soon you're going to be able to read and go places all by yourself." And she goes, "That's so cool. I didn't think of it like that." And it brought a smile to my soul because I realized that I'm not meant to be a teacher. Lord knows that. But I'm meant to inspire. I'm meant to make people's lives better. And I haven't been doing that for 6 months. I genuinely just have not. And so it's just something that I guess I'm still thinking about because I'm talking to you guys about it, but it's something that's really processing through my head right now. But this video is actually gonna be coming to a close in about another 4 minutes. And so since it's gonna be closing in about 4 minutes, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finish filling in this bullet journal and then go to eat my cookies while watching my NCIS. And I was going to just like let y'all hang out with me until, honestly, I turn the light off and get ready for bed. However, my alarm went off. And at 8 o'clock, my alarm always goes off, letting me know that I have an hour till bed. And it went off and cut this video off. But if you had got to see me read, what I'm currently reading is Woman in Suite 10 by Ruth Blair and Glow by Raven Kennedy. Woman in Suite 11 is the sequel to Woman in Cabin 10. Do I remember Woman in Cabin 10? No. Am I here for the vibes? Yes. So far we're following the travel journalist from the first book, and she is now a mom to 2 beautiful little boys. She is happily married. And she gets an invitation to come visit this ultra fancy, luxurious Swiss hotel. And she knows nothing about this hotel. Like, even when she's Googling it, she doesn't learn much. The press packet they send her doesn't learn much. She still goes, "Okay, I'm going to go." Because she's been searching for a job for months, hasn't found anything. Her husband's supporting them, and she doesn't want him to have to do that anymore. She understands the stress that it can cause to be the sole breadwinner, basically. And so she decides to go on this trip. Now, I am less than 100 pages in. So I have always said on this channel, anything less than 100 pages is not a spoiler. Anything the first 100 pages is not a spoiler. But if you don't feel that way, I completely understand. You can skip me talking here about both books. But she goes to get on the airplane and they tell her, "Oh, hey, you've been upgraded to first class." She says, "Okay, thank you. Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah, I just got paid for earlier." Blah. She assumes her husband did it, okay? So she goes through TSA, goes through tracking everything, gets to the first class lodge? No, the first class, like, waiting area, basically. Sends her husband a picture of the free champagne in the view and says, "Thank you so much. I hope it didn't cost you too much." And he come back with question marks going, "I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, love you." And she does not question this. She just assumes he didn't understand what she said. And she's like, "Okay, well, I'll call you when I land," blah. And the way I've been asking that stewardess every question I could think of to figure out how the heck did I get here? Because something's not right. Quite frankly, something's not right. Something's not adding up, and it's not clicking. It's just not clicking. And I'm annotating, so it makes it even more fun because I'm like, you should be looking closer at this. Like, this is a big red flag. It is my just nighttime read. Like, I have no thoughts in my head. I just want something to dive into before I fall asleep. It is Woman in Sweet 11. The other thing I'm currently reading is Glow by Raven Kennedy, like I said. This one is the 4th installment. Yeah, because I finished Gleam. I had to look at it again. It's the 4th installment in the Plated Prisoner series. The first one, you're following Arin. Arin lives in a gilded cage in King Midas's court. It is a King Midas retelling, so everything he touches turns to gold. And you learn that he touched Arin and made her gold. Even though nothing else living seems to make it past this transformation. Anyways, and you are getting to know her as she's, in this cage, and this is obviously the 3rd book. But this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you don't mind me rambling or me kind of venting a little bit about work without getting specific. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Bye.